Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're one of my continued followers, thank you for following. And I try to bring you a common sense PhD approach to life's issues, social, culturally, social, economically in America and throughout the world. And with a little slight business and legal slant to it. And I have to talk about Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies, outstanding guard, shooting guard, NBA, Memphis Grizzlies. Morant has been in the news quite a bit over the last year. But they played, and not for good reasons. And the Memphis Grizzlies, if anybody follows the NBA, they played the Lakers last Friday, beat the Lakers, and then they had practice on Saturday, and Morant suffered a subluxation of his right shoulder, his shooting arm, and then he had stiffness, and then they subsequently did an MRI, and he had a labral tear, and he is getting ready to undergo season-ending surgery. And why is this newsworthy? Well, Morant is one of the top 10 faces of the NBA who's been struggling with a U.S. fan base. Their numbers are way down. I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on it soon where the NFL is kicking their behinds as far as fan patronage and support of one of your top 4 sports: baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. And the NFL is number one from a marketing standpoint and a fan base support standpoint. And the NBA is losing fans each and every day. They don't play any defense. This is one of the worst professional products that's being placed on the court that I've ever seen. And I don't even watch regular season NBA because they don't play any defense. It's just up and down, shooting threes. Nobody has a mid-range game. Nobody plays defense, and there's one debacle after another. The games are 120 to 130, and it doesn't make an ounce of sense to sit there and watch such a terrible product that's being placed on the court and on television. But the big deal with Ja is that he was the main character last year who got in quite a bit of trouble because of gun charges and this thug image that he's portraying. Remember, Allen Iverson, who was in the number 1 pick in the 1996 draft, had already done all of that. He merged hip hop with the NBA. He was kind of like the Tupac Shakur of the NBA, and that's been done. And Morant with the braids, he's 6'2", small guard, going up and doing the razzle dazzle things that he's doing, is created a nice fan base in Memphis, and he's one of the faces of the NBA. But as you know, he got suspended as a result of some of the things he did last year for 25 games for brandishing a gun on IG Live. Then he got suspended another 8 games when a video surfaced of him with a gun at a Denver nightclub. And so just a little backstory on Ja. He's 24 years old from Datzell, South Carolina. He went to Murray State for 2 years, and he was the second overall pick in the 2019 draft, right behind Zion Williamson, who went number 1. And he just recently signed a 5-year, $198 million extension, the Supermax extension, right after their rookie contract. But now he's having this season-ending right shoulder surgery. And hopefully, I won't say it's karma because of some of the outlandish ghetto hood things that he has been doing that resulted in his injury. But I think this will give him pause and cause to think about himself as a professional, to carry himself in a certain way on and off the court, Like I said, the whole Allen Iverson thug image has already been done by Allen Iverson. So he should come up with a new mantra for how he wants to be represented. These athletes today are having an opportunity to make a ton of money, and that has never been seen before. When he gets done with this 5-year, $198 million contract, and including his rookie contract, he will have made over $230 million, which is unbelievable. But you've been having some of these athletes that have had some problems off the court as a result of these large incomes. And they're going to have to be very careful on how they deal with these women that are specifically going to these games to meet these gentlemen. Their contracts are public information, and there are people out there setting up a web to catch them up and get a payday, to get a bag. You had Anthony Edwards with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who had supposedly got an IG model pregnant, offered her $100,000 to abort the baby. Supposedly she did that. You've had this ongoing drama with Zion Williamson down with the New Orleans Pelicans, where he's had weight issues, and he's had a few women that have been pregnant that he dealt with that have exposed him as a kind of pay-as-you-go relationship, and that he doesn't practice, doesn't work out. He's eating everything in sight, and it's making him look bad. And he signed a 5-year, $198 million contract extension in the same time that Ja did. And these guys are making horrible mistakes with the young ladies that they're deciding to spend time with. That are not bringing anything to the table, and these players will fully get exposed and get caught up in a legal web with this Me Too movement if these women start coming out with any kind of sexual misconduct allegations, whether it's true or not. As I said, these NBA contracts are exorbitant and they're public information, and they are a target like no other. You just saw the Asian baseball player with the Dodgers or the Los Angeles Angels, who just signed a 10-year, $700 million contract. Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year, $500 million contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. So you have these exorbitant salaries, and many of these young ladies that don't care about them, they couldn't have gotten these women if they weren't professional athletes and famous, are looking at them as a mobile ATM machine when it comes to the legal courts. So now that Ja, after he went through those 2 gun situations and got suspended for about 35 games this year, now that he has this injury, maybe that'll give him pause for the cause to reflect on some of his negative behaviors and him jeopardizing his professional career as a basketball player. You're going to get one chance in life to make this kind of money based on your talents. And if you make it to 12 or 14 or 15, 16 years in the NBA, that time goes by so fast that it's not even funny. Just ask all the retired athletes who saw that entire journey go by at a blink of an eye. You're living a fast life. As an NBA player, you're on the road 7-8 months out of the year, hotel to hotel, women to women in all these different cities. They are a major distraction. Hopefully Ja can reflect and get his feet planted on the ground safely and secure, and manifest his truth in the right direction and do the right thing and be a professional on and off the court. His dad, his father, displays himself as some kind of old hip-hop guy who even got into it with Shannon Sharp last year. And this whole thug image and thinking that white corporate America is going to continue to pay you no matter how much thug you have in you, that's not going to work. Just ask Allen Iverson. Everybody's day will come to an end when they're in the limelight. And these young players need to be cognizant of it. Zion Williamson, Anthony Edwards, uh, DeAndre Anton, Ja Morant. Uh, you're getting a short window to make an exorbitant amount of money, and doing the right thing is of utmost importance. And you have thousands and millions of kids that look up to you, and thousands and millions of kids that look just like you that look up to you. So set the right example. And evidently his father has not set the right example, because his father shows a thug image and wanting to fight Shannon Sharp on the sideline one time last year, which is silly. You don't see white players and their parents getting into it with fans, and you don't see these white players as a whole uh, participating in this kind of negative debauchery and this hip hop association with them being professional athletes. Black players need to be more accountable, more suitable as a positive professional athlete and represent your community, uh, the NBA, in a good, positive manner. So he's having season ending right shoulder surgery. Derrick Rose they brought there, who would have been taking his place and playing quite a bit, is injured again for the 15,000th time. And Ja needs to listen to Derrick Rose about how you can be at the top one moment and at the bottom the next. It's just as fast as you rose to the top, is even faster when you come back down. So hopefully Ja and God or karma or whatever, giving him this season-ending shoulder surgery will give him a chance to reflect, to meditate, to pause, and to look in the mirror and manifest his truth in a right, positive, ethical, and moral way on and off the court. You have your children, you have young kids, white and black, that are looking up to you. Be a measuring stick as a shining star for what these kids should try to ascertain, attain, and want to be like. The Allen Iverson thug image is over. Allen already did it. Do something else. 6'2", hell of a basketball player, but try to be one hell of a person. So hopefully, now that he's out for the rest of the year, he can do some reflection and redirect his narrative into a great, positive, upstanding, professional black athlete in the NBA and have a 16, 17, 18-year career. Just ask Gary Payton, John Stockton. These guys played 20 years in the NBA, and he has an opportunity to do that, make $500, $600, $700 million, once in a lifetime opportunity, change the lives of the people that are close to him and that he loves. And please don't jeopardize it with burnishing a gun at a nightclub or on IG Live. It's silly. Zion Williamson, wake up. Don't destroy your career this early based on deleterious women that you're meeting on Instagram or any of that stuff. Lose weight, get yourself in shape, and be a better person. You all are your own corporation. You all have to pick better women to be around, people that can bring some kind of aperture to your life versus you just being a payday. And the Me Too movement will go straight through the NBA if you guys don't get it together, be upstanding citizens, find you a wife. But these extemporaneous relationships all throughout the country will eventually catch up with you. And Me Too is just around the corner. Your contracts are public, and there are plenty of people that want to chase the bag and use you as their mobile ATM machine. So let's pray for Ja. Hopefully he can recover from this right shoulder injury, which is his shooting arm, and this can give him pause for the cause to be the best person he can possibly be, redirect his image and his likeness, and become an upstanding individual on and off the basketball court. And let's pray that he recovers and he can get back to the old Ja Morant that was on the court and redirect himself to a new Ja Morant off the court. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth.